Have you ever felt like you could do more, achieve more, but don't know where to start? Do you believe you deserve a better financial life, but success always seems out of reach? The truth is, you already have everything you need to become a millionaire. You just need to learn how to use what's inside you. In this video, I'll show you how to unlock that potential and change your life forever. We're not talking about tricks or magic, but something real and practical. You have what it takes. You just need to take the first step. Now is the time to believe in yourself and use the skills and resources that are already at your disposal. If you're ready to finally achieve the success you've always wanted, then these 7 steps are for you. Pay close attention to the next 7 steps, because only by practicing all of them will you achieve what you truly desire. Stay with me until the end of this video, because it is there that you'll discover the solution that will change everything. Let's get started. The power of the mind and how to use it to your advantage. Let's talk a bit about your mind. It is, without a doubt, the most powerful tool you have at your disposal. Within it are almost limitless resources, but they often go unnoticed or simply remain dormant. The mind is like an iceberg. What you see, your conscious mind, is just a small part. The majority is submerged, hidden in the subconscious and unconscious mind. It's these deeper layers that often influence, without you even realizing it, your decisions, emotions, and even your dreams. You've probably heard of the conscious mind. It's the part that deals with the here and now, with what's happening around you. It is responsible for the decisions you make every day, the tasks you perform, and the way you interpret the world. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. The truly powerful part of your mind lies in the subconscious layer, where all your deepest memories, emotions, and beliefs are stored. And you know what's interesting? Your subconscious mind is working all the time, even when you're sleeping, processing information and shaping your perception of reality. And it doesn't stop there. There's also the unconscious mind, a place where your most primitive desires, repressed memories, and emotions that you, for some reason, decided to set aside are stored. It doesn't show up much, but it has a powerful influence on who you are and how you act. To unlock the full potential of your mind, you need to learn how to access these deeper layers. There are several ways to do this: meditation, creative visualization, self-hypnosis. Each of these practices offers a gateway to the subconscious, allowing you to rewrite the beliefs and thoughts that hold you back. Let me ask you something. What did you think of this first step? If you liked it, you'll love the last one even more. So leave your comment. I am a prosperous person. And let's move on. The power of words in creating your reality. Now, I want to talk about something that at first glance may seem simple, but has a huge impact on your life: the words you use. They are not just a means of communication, they are powerful tools that shape your perception and, consequently, the reality you experience. Every word you choose has a vibration, an energy that can resonate positively or negatively in your mind and the environment around you. So, how about we start using these words to our advantage? I'll propose a simple but very effective exercise. Tomorrow morning when you wake up, go to the biggest mirror you have at home. It could be the one in the bathroom, for example. I want you to really look at yourself, not just your appearance, but look into your own eyes and see who you really are, without filters, without judgments. Now, open your arms as if you were embracing the world and say out loud, "Life, I am ready to receive everything I desire. No matter what happens, today will be an amazing day." This may seem a bit strange at first, but trust me, it works. When you do this, you're sending a powerful message, not just to the universe, but to your subconscious as well. And what happens when you repeat this message every day? It starts to take root in you, begins to shape your way of thinking and acting. You are literally creating your reality from the inside out. But why does this work? Words are the way your thoughts materialize in the world. When you say something out loud, you are giving form to your thoughts, turning what was intangible into something real. And what do you think happens when you say things like, "I can't" or "I'll never make it"? You are imposing limits on yourself, creating barriers that often wouldn't exist if you hadn't verbalized them. Now, if you say, "I can," "I am capable," you are opening doors, creating possibilities. The big problem is that we often don't filter what we think or say. And without realizing it, we fall into the trap of negative self-talk. It's as if we're sabotaging ourselves without even realizing it. The subconscious mind, which doesn't distinguish between real and imaginary, accepts these negative words as absolute truths. And then it starts acting according to these truths, manifesting exactly what you don't want. That's why it's so important that you start paying attention to what you're saying to yourself, and more than that, start changing this internal dialogue to something positive and constructive. The language that shapes your reality. The way you speak and the words you choose have immense power to shape the reality you live in. And this is not just a pretty metaphor, it's a proven fact. When you verbalize a thought like, "Today is going to be a wonderful day," you're activating areas of your brain that directly influence how you will behave and perceive things throughout the day. It seems like magic, but it's pure science. Moreover, the words you use affect your emotional state. Have you noticed how certain words have the power to change your mood instantly? Words like love, joy, success have an energy that lifts your spirits, while words like fear, hate, failure do the opposite. And that's why successful people tend to use a different vocabulary than those who are not. They choose words that help them create a reality of prosperity and happiness. And here's a reminder: the way you speak doesn't just affect you, but also the world around you. Through words, you build relationships, influence people, and even contribute to the culture around you. So the next time you say something, think carefully. What are you putting out into the world? What are you building with your words? You know that story of how, as children, we heard a lot of "don't do this"? Well, those don'ts ended up shaping much of what we believe about ourselves to this day. They planted limiting beliefs in our minds, which often manifest in phrases like, "I can't," "that's just how I am," or "I can't help it." These limiting beliefs are like invisible chains that hold us back, that prevent us from reaching our true potential. But here's the good news: you don't have to accept these beliefs as absolute truths. You can and should question them and replace them with something better, something that pushes you forward instead of holding you back. If you've enjoyed this content so far, check to see if you're subscribed to our channel, because I'm preparing a series of videos that will transform your financial life, and you don't want to miss out. Fear as an obstacle and how to overcome it. Let's talk about fear. It is one of the biggest barriers to prosperity and happiness. Fear is born out of ignorance, of the unknown, and keeps us trapped in a scarcity mindset. When we live in fear, we close ourselves off from the world, from opportunities, and start seeing others' success as a threat to our own. This leads to a life of mistrust, where we believe that if we don't have enough, it's because someone took something from us. But in reality, this is a limited and wrong view of the world. Have you ever stopped to think that success is not a zero-sum game? In other words, someone else's success does not mean you will have less. In fact, other people's success can and should be a source of inspiration for you. Every time you see someone achieving something, it is proof that it is possible. Instead of letting fear dominate you, use these success stories as fuel for your own journey. Now, understand this: fear is not going to disappear overnight. It is a human emotion and part of who we are. But what you can do is learn to deal with it, not let it control your actions. Every time fear arises, ask yourself, what am I really afraid of? Is this real, or is it just a projection of my mind? Often, when we look closely, we realize that our fears have no basis in reality, but are just shadows we create in our minds. The value of failure on the path to success. Now, let's talk about failure. I know the word itself can be scary. From a young age, we're taught to avoid mistakes at all costs. At school, at home, everywhere, we're taught that failing is bad, that we should strive for perfection. But you know what's funny? Failure is one of the most valuable things you can experience. Every time you fail, you're learning something new, something that will help you get closer to success. Look at any successful person, and you'll see a story full of failures. Thomas Edison, for example, failed more than 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Each of these failures taught him something that led to the final success. If he had given up after the first attempts, we'd probably still be living by candlelight. And it's not just him. All the great inventors, entrepreneurs, artists, they all failed countless times before achieving their dreams. So failure is not something to be feared, but embraced. It gives you the opportunity to review your plans, adjust your course, and develop the resilience needed to move forward. The sooner you accept this, the sooner you'll realize that failure is actually a stepping stone to success. Now, how can you start changing your relationship with failure? First, change the way you talk about it. Instead of saying, "I failed," say, "I am learning." This simple change of words can transform your mindset and give you the courage to keep going. Remember, failure is temporary. It does not define who you are. It's just a passing event, a disguised opportunity for you to grow. Identify and develop your unique talents. We all have something unique to offer the world. It could be a skill, a talent, or a quality that, when developed, can bring great satisfaction and success. But what's sad is that many people go through life without ever discovering or fully exploring these talents. This can happen out of fear, lack of confidence, or simply because we don't dedicate enough time to truly knowing ourselves. Identifying and developing your talents is a crucial step towards achieving success and personal fulfillment. So how can you discover what your talent is? Start by asking yourself some simple questions. What do I truly love doing? What makes me feel alive, energized? What activities make time fly for me? The answers to these questions can give you valuable clues about where your true talent lies. Additionally, pay attention to what others say about you. Often, those around us see talents in us that we can't see ourselves. Listen carefully to the feedback from friends, family, and colleagues. They might be seeing something you haven't noticed yet. Once you identify your talent, it's time to develop it. This may require time and effort, but it's worth it. If you like writing, write every day. If you love music, practice regularly. No matter what your talent is, the important thing is to nurture it, feed it so that it grows and flourishes. Turning your talent into a career is one of the greatest pleasures you can experience. Imagine doing what you love every day and getting paid for it. But to get there, you need to be brave enough to follow your dreams, even when the path seems difficult or uncertain. Prosperity is a choice and a habit. Prosperity is not just a matter of luck or destiny. It is, above all, a choice. A choice you make every day through your thoughts, words, and actions. Moreover, prosperity is also an inner state that must manifest externally as a habit. Just as you learn to drive a car or ride a bicycle, you can learn to cultivate prosperity in your life until it becomes part of who you are. At first, like any new learning, cultivating prosperity may seem difficult. It requires attention, dedication, and constant practice. But over time, it will become something natural, like breathing. And believe me, it will change the way you live. A great way to start cultivating prosperity is by practicing gratitude. Every day, take a moment to think of 3 things you are grateful for. It can be anything, from the sunshine outside to the food on your table. Gratitude has the power to change your perspective and open your eyes to the abundance that already exists in your life. And the more you practice gratitude, the more reasons you find to be grateful. Another important thing is to pay attention to your thoughts. As we've already discussed, your thoughts shape your reality. So if you notice that you're thinking negatively, stop and change that thought. Replace it with something positive, something that aligns with the life you want to create. And finally, act. Prosperity doesn't happen by chance. It is the result of consistent actions. It's not enough just to think or wish. You have to act. Put your plans into practice, give your best, and always keep moving forward. The path to prosperity requires work, dedication, and often sacrifice. But the results are worth it. Take advantage of opportunities and live in the present. Now let's talk about opportunities. They appear all the time, but you need to be prepared to recognize them, and more importantly, to seize them. Opportunity doesn't wait. It passes quickly, like a high-speed train. And if you're not ready, it might just pass you by. Being prepared means being attentive and willing to act, even when the situation seems challenging or out of your comfort zone. Opportunities rarely come the way we imagine. Often they come disguised as challenges, problems, or unexpected changes. And that's why you need to always be ready to see beyond the obvious, to see what others don't. Living in the present is crucial for recognizing and seizing opportunities. Sometimes we're so caught up in the past or so worried about the future that we forget to live in the now. But it is in the now that life happens. It is in the now that opportunities arise. So be present, live each moment with intensity, and always be ready to act. The journey towards abundance begins now. Your journey is just beginning. Now you have the tools, the ideas, and the knowledge to start building the life you've always wanted. The journey towards financial prosperity is a path of self-discovery, growth, and fulfillment. And while it requires courage, determination, and faith, it's a path worth every step. So start now. Don't wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, or ideal circumstances. Use what you have, do what you can, and trust the process. Abundance is waiting for you, and all you need to do is take the first step. Now, so I know that you are a persistent person and that you watch the video until the end. Leave a comment. I will be rich and prosperous. When I see this comment, I will be pleased to respond, because I'll know you're on the right path and that you stayed with me until the end. And now, on your screen, there are 2 amazing videos that I have specially prepared for you. I am sure they will add a lot of value to your life, so click on them and go watch them right now. See you soon!